Florida 11 College of Law, and today I'm going to be answering some questions from Reddit. Well, I've been teaching since 2002 at various law schools, Washington University, Stanford, Harvard, Chicago, Illinois, UCLA, and now here at Florida. And I find that the qualities for success in law school are the same at every place. The first one is hard work. Diligence, ability to stick with it even when you're confused and don't want to go on. Just putting in the time is key. Second is curiosity. The most successful law students I find are those who want to try different subject matters, different professors, different methodologies, explore different legal markets, different types of legal work. And then the third quality would be engagement, both internally, getting involved with student groups, pro bono projects, but also externally, networking, getting to know alumni, meeting with different legal employers in different markets. And oftentimes, LSAT scores don't measure networking abilities or skills. In fact, data shows that the higher the LSAT, the lower a student's interest and ability in networking. Whereas students who have maybe a lower LSAT often are much better networkers and are able to find the job of their choice upon graduation that makes them much more happy than those students who struggle with networking. Well, the data isn't new to deans and admissions officers. We've been receiving this data from LSAC for years, decades now, and I'm actually really glad it's available to all of you on a daily basis. And the macro trends are interesting, but I would say that most law schools look at a subset of the data. Each law school is looking for a different student population. Amongst other things, most law schools have target LSAT and GPA medians that often vary greatly. And law schools are constantly trying to improve those medians. At least I am. The people who know me best know that I'm never satisfied with the status quo. So I'm constantly looking at the data to see how we can improve the quality of our entering class. Well, it's really too early to tell. There's still a lot of data coming in and no one can really predict. But what I can tell you is that schools have started admitting, but they're going to continue to admit. Every law school I know admits well into the spring and summer, June, July, even August, and I will guarantee that that will continue to happen. Applicants. Of course, we want a track record of success, but one thing I particularly also look for is evidence of perseverance in the face of adversity or failure. I'm a big believer that you can't succeed big without failing multiple times. The key to innovation is failure. We want our students to learn how to fail fast and forward into the next success. Well, it depends. There are some students who know they want to settle in their hometown and put out a shingle and start their own law practice. And if that's your desire, I totally encourage you to go to the best law school in your jurisdiction because you can start making contacts and networking from day one that will help you build that practice. But I find that most law students aren't sure where they want to practice, or they might have multiple markets in which they could imagine themselves practicing. And if that's the case, then I encourage you to think about law schools that have an alumni base that's very broad and wide, practicing in multiple jurisdictions, so you can get information about what it's like to practice in those markets, and then you can choose accordingly. Well, I think there is a lot of difference depending on the school. I think you can't generalize about law schools. Some law schools, the majority of the faculty does subscribe to a certain theoretical or jurisprudential approach. And other law schools are much more pluralistic, and you get exposure to multiple theoretical approaches and methodologies. Well, you're never silly, and I can relate. When I was in college, my senior year, I was exposed to Dworkin and thought that would be my interpretive approach. And then I got to law school, and I was exposed to many other theoretical approaches, and I realized I was more of a pluralist. I liked picking and choosing from the various jurisprudential philosophies. And in my teaching, I continued that trend. I think it provides wider exposure to different modes of thought and helps you engage in better problem solving and analysis. So you can trust your instincts now, but I would just keep an open mind. I would definitely ask each law school what they consider to be their theoretical approach. And I think most law schools will say they have multiple theoretical approaches. So I would encourage you to sit in on as many classes as you can when you're deciding between law schools. Talk to professors one-on-one. Many professors will even answer you by email and will be happy to meet with you in person. And you'll get a sense of the diversity of each particular law school faculty. Thanks for watching Reddit. I wish you the best of luck this cycle.